Welcome back to another episode of the Shoecast Show. If this is your first time listening, thank you for tuning in. This is a podcast where we interview and talk everything related to shoes. My name is Chase, and I'm always here today with my co-host Landon. And today we're talking to Josh, or better known as JD. He's a shoe YouTuber or shoe tuber with 30,000 subscribers. He makes sneaker-related content focusing on sneaker reviews, how to style sneakers, and upcoming sneaker and resale predictions. How's it going, JD?
Good, man. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yes,
Yeah, of
sir.
course.
Yo, thanks for taking time to do this, man. So we'll go ahead and jump right into it. So obviously you love sneakers. How did you become a sneakerhead?
Oh, I actually that kind of came about pretty late in my life, I would say. I've always kind of been into like hip hop and fashion. Like those were always my two favorite things. And like my biggest inspiration was always Kanye West, right?
Mhm.
And then there was this one day where my little brother, who's like 3 years younger than me, he was like, "Yo, Josh, I got these new shoes. Check it out." I go over to his room, and he pulls out these like the Air Yeezy 2, the Solar Red, I think they're called, the black ones with
Right.
the glow at the bottom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, he had those. And I'd never ever seen like even like hype shoes like in my life to that point. I
Right.
was just like, whoa, like what are those Kanye shoes? Like I knew Kanye shoes because like I was a big Kanye fan.
Right.
And then he showed me like the rest of his collection, and like I always knew he collected shoes, but I never bothered to like have a look at them.
Mhm.
And like I finally like looked at his collection. He had like the Air Yeezy 1, the tan color. He had the Air Yeezy 2. He had a bunch of other like hype stuff, and
Wow.
I was like, damn, like I can't believe you have these Kanye shoes. And it kind of just like got me so into it after that.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of started like building my own collection. So it was kind of like my brother who introduced me to sneakers.
And
that
your
was
younger
maybe, like,
brother.
Yeah, that's
my younger
interesting.
brother.
That's
Yeah.
cool. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, normally it's the older one setting the path, so you got to kind of piggyback on what he was doing then, huh?
Yeah, no, it was definitely, yeah, he was into it way before I was.
That's cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So, follow-up question with that is like, okay, so you saw your brother's, obviously his collection. Like, what was the shoe that you're like, all right, like this is the shoe that I'm going to go for
the
starting
f-
off for
like the
like your
first
first
one,
sneaker?
yeah.
Yeah.
So like, okay, so like, I don't know if you guys know this pair, but do you know Acronym?
I
Like,
do. I do. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so Acronym had like a collab with on the Air Force One. So
Okay.
it had like a zipper on it.
I have the
and
Presto acronym, yeah, with the zipper on it. So
yeah,
I know what you're kind of
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about.
So
Yeah.
like before the Prestos came out, there were Air Force Ones
Right.
that had a zipper on it, and the back was orange, and the front of it was white,
Okay.
and it had a black zipper. And
Right.
like I just thought those were like the hardest. like, so yeah, that was like the first shoe that I copped for myself basically. Well, it was his. I just kind of like used it.
Right.
And after that, like at the time I got into sneakers, NMDs was like a big thing, NMDs and Ultra Boosts.
Mhm.
So like those were like the shoes I was starting to collect in the beginning, and then I just kind of like built it up from there.
That's awesome. Very
That's
cool,
awesome.
man. That's cool that you remember that first one. That's kind of cool. The one that kind of got you going.
Yeah, you almost have to.
Yeah, right?
know?
No,
Yeah,
definitely.
for sure, for sure.
So in your Instagram bio, it says that you moved from Canada to Berlin. Like, why did you
Mhm.
move?
Oh, bro. Okay, all right. No, let's get into the story, man. So I like coming out of university, like I studied finance.
Mhm.
So I worked in like some Canadian banks
Mhm.
for like several years,
Right.
and like I never really took a vacation for like basically like 5 years,
Right.
right? And then like one day, like me and my girlfriend were like, you know what, getting older, we haven't seen the world, so we both like quit our jobs, and we just decided to go like traveling for a whole year.
Wow.
So we went like all over Asia and like Europe, and like and we didn't have a plan. Like we actually got like a one-way ticket to Thailand, and we're like, oh, let's just keep traveling around until our money runs out, basically. And like so we ended up going to like almost 20 countries, and like one of
What?
the countries and one of the cities was Berlin. So we
Mhm.
just kind of like stayed there for 2 weeks, and while we were there, we were like, damn, like we just really like the vibe here, and we
Right.
thought like maybe one day maybe we'll end up moving here.
Mhm.
And that day actually ended up happening way sooner than either of us expected, because
Yeah.
like when we got back to Canada, my girlfriend ended up getting like a job in Berlin like a couple of months later.
Wow.
So
way.
when she got the job, I was like, you know what, like I'm gonna leave my job. I'm just gonna go with you to Berlin and let's just move. Like let's do it.
Dude,
That's
were
insane.
you guys looking for jobs? Like, did you like that place so much that while you were on vacation that you wanted to start looking to see if you could maybe get your foot in the door or something like that while you were there?
So yeah, I mean, we thought about doing that, but we always said like it would happen like years later. You know?
Okay, right.
But
Right.
when we got back to Canada, like basically my girlfriend had a bit of trouble actually finding a job. So she was like, why don't I try applying to Berlin, right? And she just kind of did it, and it just happened like
Wow.
totally unexpectedly. And then once it happened, I was like, you know what, let's go. Like I'm gonna quit my job too. Let's just move to Europe. Well, let's try it.
Dude, that's
haven't
really
looked back,
cool,
man. It's
man.
been it's been the best. So I'm glad we did that.
That's awesome, and I'm glad it panned out well for you. Especially
Yeah.
moving that far away. That's a
Yeah.
dramatic change. So I'm glad that
All the way
everything went
across the
smooth.
world.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
that's
man.
crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's honestly like Berlin's kind of good because everyone here speaks English.
Okay.
So like you don't actually like need to even know German to live here. So the transition was like a lot easier than I expected.
Oh, that's
Okay,
good.
very cool. So, getting back into sneakers, you seem to have almost every hype release, that's out there right now. I can see plenty of them back behind you, just in the
Yeah.
footage. But how do you get most of your pairs? I know you said you kind of got into it late. So what's kind of been successful for you? How do you get most of your stuff?
So actually, like, okay, so a lot of my like subscribers ask me this, and honestly, like being in Berlin really helps out a lot, to be
Really?
honest. So Berlin is one of those like at least to Nike and to Adidas, like it's a tier 1 city.
Mm.
So it gets all the hype releases and it gets a lot of stock of the hype releases.
Okay.
And Berlin also is, I'm kind of blessed in a way that there's so many like sneaker boutiques here. Like I don't know if you guys have heard of Sneakers and Stuff and Soulbox.
Mhm.
Right. Oh, yeah.
S&S, yep.
And not just Soulbox, there's Soto store, there's Vu store, Overkill. Like these are all like sneaker boutiques that get
Right.
all the hype releases. So it's like one city that has so many sneaker shops. So anytime there's like a hype release, they always do raffles, for example.
Yeah, that's how I know a lot of them from. Let's say
Yeah.
all these people
From
are entering those
raffles,
raffles.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So like all these raffles, like I'll just enter like everyone I know in like these raffles. So
Right.
so I actually end up, so honestly, like most of these hype releases I've been able to just get from winning raffles, like to be completely
Wow.
honest. And being in Berlin has a lot to do with that. So I'm kind of so if I hadn't moved to Berlin, like I wouldn't even have the sneaker channel, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
kind of
Canada. Yeah.
No, and I'm so like, I mean, I've not like just because we're in the United States, but I'm just like so focused on what's going on in the United States. I forget that like hype shoes drop in other places. I'm like, oh yeah, where's it dropping here and there in the United States? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's in Australia too.
Yeah.
They wear Nike.
Yeah, of
Oh
course.
yeah,
Like,
in Canada
but
they wear Nike.
it doesn't
like,
drop everywhere though. Like
Right,
Yeah.
like
right,
you know Canada doesn't even have a sneakers app.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I guess
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
even think about that. I mean, that
So
wouldn't
I was-
affect him. He's never once hit on the sneakers app ever.
Yeah. Might
He's
as well
never
just,
once hit on the
Wait, you've
sneakers
never
app.
won on a sneakers
Never.
app?
No,
Ever?
it's
Never.
been like 2 years,
2 years.
2.5, 3 years now.
Yeah.
He's never once hit on the sneakers app. Not
Yo, I
once.
got a hot tip for you.
Dude,
Yeah?
it's,
Open a new account.
open a new account. I might have to try it.
Nah.
I'm
next
telling
month.
you, like
We'll see.
they
like,
shadow banned him.
I don't know what it is, man.
nah, man, I'm telling you, open a new account. Like, put like obviously keep the same address, but change it a little bit. Like, for example, if you live on like 123 Chase Street, like change it to like 123 Chase ST dot,
Right.
for example,
Right.
and just open a new account. And trust me, man, like I've talked to the Nike people, like the customer service people,
Right.
like the way like they don't know much about like how the algorithm works and
Right.
stuff, but they'll tell me that like Nike really favors women and new accounts because they
Really?
want you to get hooked on the app. So like
Exactly.
your chances of winning, they want, right now they're trying to like promote to women a lot, and also like anyone who's brand new to the app. So just open a new account, man. I'm telling you.
Well, I'm gonna try it out.
No, yeah, definitely
do
should
that.
because I still like I've hit on a few. I think the most hype shoe I've gotten is the Travis Scott Jordan 6 that dropped like last year. That's like
Yeah,
been my
nice.
biggest one by far. But like they still hit me like probably like once every couple of months. I'll score on something, but it's like, man, I get on Twitter though and I see these guys, like I follow a few of these accounts and they're like if they don't hit on like at least one hype shoe a week, it's almost a surprise to them. And I'm like, man, I can't relate to that at all.
that's nuts. Like every single week they're hitting. Like that.
Yeah,
That's
I mean, but
crazy.
some people out there got like 50 to 100 to 1,000 anonymous different accounts, and they just put them
Yeah.
in and enter them in different ways and stuff like that. So it's
I mean,
become
Nike is really good at filtering those people out.
yes, yeah, they've
Mhm.
gotten a lot better.
Nike is one of the few websites that like even the botters haven't figured out how to bot.
Right.
So
Exactly. I mean, yeah, Nike themselves do it. Like these other like Shopify places and like just different
oh
places
yeah,
that also release the shoes. Yeah, they're just kind of letting it slide right now. But
oh yeah,
what are you
they
gonna
don't
do?
care. Like they'll let the botters eat up all the stock. They don't care.
Yeah, your best shot's getting it from Nike or the original plug, or else good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now kind of moving from sneakers to YouTube, why did you start filming YouTube in general?
Oh, okay. So that also is that's mainly because of my girlfriend. So she was into YouTube
Mm-hmm.
way before I was. Like she
Mm.
actually has a much bigger channel than I do. Like her channel now has like 45,000 subscribers, I
Wow.
think.
Okay.
And she kind of always like encouraged me to do it. Like and she saw that I was collecting all these shoes. She's like, why don't you just try it? Like, why don't you just like do a YouTube video, right?
Mhm.
And I always kind of thought it was like, I'm like, me, like I could never do a YouTube video.
Right.
So, but then like kind of like just to prove to her that like I could do it. Like I remember I got my first video ever on the channel was the Yeezy Calabasas, like the
Mhm.
Okay.
gray pair,
Yep.
Okay.
right? And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do this video. And I just shot it and like if you go to my channel and see my first ever video, it's like the worst video of all time.
I didn't
Like,
think so. I watched it. It wasn't that
You watched
bad.
it?
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
no,
of course.
dude, like I was so like nervous.
Really?
Dude, that's the way it is, man. That's the way it is. Because it was his idea for YouTube for us. Like he's like, yo, you should like, because I played basketball. He didn't play bad. You can't really review like baseball cleats because if you buy them and you keep them and you get them all dirty, like then you have to keep them. So like he'd be
Yeah,
like,
of
yo,
course.
why don't you like get some basketball shoes? Like I played basketball throughout my entire life, so he's like, just do some reviews, like talk about the traction, the comfort,
Yeah.
the appearance, and stuff like that. And I got in front of the camera, and I'm pretty sure like I was like shaking the whole time, and I'm just like my eyes didn't even move. My face looked like this the entire time, like I didn't smile once.
It was
I
bad.
just looked like a robot
Yeah.
up there, and I watched it back, and then like just to kind of see where you come though, because like now obviously now your channel's like thriving and doing great. It's kind of cool to look
Yeah.
back and remember that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, like my entire first year. So going back to that story, like that, I did that Calabasas video, right?
Right.
And I didn't even intend to do another video after that. Like I just did that Calabasas video, and I look at the channel like 2 days later, I had like 15,000 views, like in like 2 days on my first ever video.
What?
So
That's
I
like
was like,
unheard of.
whoa, that's kind of nuts. So then like I'm like shit, like I had no subscribers and I had 15,000 views. Like that's insane. So then after that I'm like, okay, like this might actually go somewhere. So I started like just doing videos in my spare time, like on the weekends or like after work sometimes. Like I had a full-time job like
Right.
through that whole period, and I still do actually. But like this year though, and even like the last year, like I finally feel like I've gotten comfortable in front of the camera.
Right.
Like now, like when I like you can just kind of hear it in my voice. Like I just feel like I'm kind of talking to like my friend.
Right.
Yeah.
And the camera is my friend basically.
Yeah.
And just kind of like I feel like I'm just like showing off the shoe to my friend rather
Mm.
than like acting all awkward like I was like in the entire first year that I was making videos.
Yeah.
So it's been like a slow process, but I feel like I'm finally like comfortable now.
It's
Yeah,
tough.
and you kind of have to tweak it in your head because you start to realize that like there's 30,000 people out there that want to see what I have to say. Like just talk to them. Like they're subscribing to your channel because they liked one or two or all of your videos. So like just sit there and be like, all right, like if you're gonna listen to what I have to say, then I'm just gonna kind of present it to you like I'm just talking to someone that wants to hear it.
Yeah, that's kind of like the mindset that I have when making the videos. Like I'm like, I know you guys want to watch this video because you want to hear me like talk
Yeah.
about the shoe, and you guys trust my opinion. So like I'm gonna do this video like as if I'm talking to like my group of friends. So that's just the way I film now. Like it's very comfortable. Actually, in the beginning, I used to have scripts. So like I would literally
Right.
like write down a script on my phone and like
Yeah.
read it. Like it was like so robotic. But now like I don't even do that. So now it's just like I'm like, okay, like talk about sizing, talk about the shoe,
Oh,
what I
yeah.
like about it. Like it's very natural.
No, that's very cool. And you said your girlfriend has a channel. What kind of stuff does she do on there? Just out of curiosity.
She makes like cultural videos. So her channel mainly focuses on like differences between German culture and North American culture.
Okay,
Mm.
So
cool.
like a lot of them are like funny videos, like funny things in a German supermarket versus a
Okay.
American supermarket,
Oh,
for
okay.
example. You know,
That's
like these kind
awesome.
of videos.
I
So
wondered
yeah.
if she was like big on shoes too. Like she just had a sneaker channel that was thriving more than yours or something like that. And
Yo,
you
Competition.
just
yo,
like just
that would
jumping
that
back
would
and forth.
I wouldn't be able to live with that.
She could probably even use your own shoes.
Oh man, that'd be
No, no way,
funny.
man.
That'd be funny. But you did say what's
I've
up?
gotten her really into shoes though.
That's cool.
I've gotten her some hype stuff, so now she's really into it.
That's
Dude,
good.
I'm sure that people see her and stuff like that, and they're just like, "Yo, I like," because I get my girlfriend a lot of shoes too, just because that's what we do. We sell shoes and stuff like that. So like,
Yeah.
all the casual people that like just wear Roche, like Nike
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Roches, and just like
Nike Roche,
you're like original stuff, and then they see someone
Yeah.
wearing like Jordan 1 lows or something like that,
Yeah,
and they're just like,
yeah, yeah.
"Oh, those are really nice. I like your shoes." It's just like. It's a confidence booster for someone to be like, I like your shoes. Like those are nice shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like I
exactly.
didn't
No, she
spend this
loves it.
money on it for no reason. So
And she loves it. Like I'll randomly just tell her, "Hey, I got these shoes for you." Like and she loves it. Like her collection is pretty nice now.
that's
That's
awesome,
awesome.
man. That's very cool. So you actually did mention that you do YouTube, but it's not your full time. So like, what do you kind of do for full time work?
So it's kind of boring to talk about, but like my full time, I guess my job title is I'm a data analyst, so like a business intelligence analyst.
Okay.
So
Oh, okay.
like I work at a startup here, a tech startup in Berlin. So my job is pretty much like I look at data all day, and I kind of like I make like charts. I make like I try to analyze the data so that the business can like make decisions based off of that data.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not doing a good job making it sound interesting.
No,
I
but
find it interesting,
did it
but
help you at
it
all?
sounds pretty
Did it help
cool.
you at all, like with your YouTube, or was it just more like
yeah, no,
because like the tech is gonna help, of course, like with putting stuff together on YouTube and uploading and all that editing and stuff.
yeah,
if you do that, so.
it helps. Like I mean, I kind of like I always like use my like data brain, I call it, when I look at my YouTube analytics, for
Oh
example.
right, exactly.
So I kind of like I've tailored my content based on like what my analytics are telling me now.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I have like experience working as a data analyst anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So and I kind of use this also for other things. Like I made videos in the past talking about how the resale market has changed,
Right.
and I've done that basically by downloading like sales data from
Mhm.
StockX, usually using like a Python script I
Right.
wrote. So I'm like downloading this data and like analyzing them and like making videos from it. So that's like me using like my real world skills to like
Right.
make YouTube content.
No,
That's
and to the
awesome.
general population, it's not going to sound as interesting, but like analytics is more useful and practical today than it's ever been. Like it's everywhere. It's in sports,
Yeah.
it's in business, it's in entertainment, it's in everything because
Dude,
we try to look at our analytics and be like, okay, like we're losing viewers here. What do we need to do to try and get that to where we can maintain those viewers or even spike viewers, or like, because if you're losing viewers like 30 seconds in every single time, then you need to do something to
Yeah.
catch their attention or
Yep.
something like that.
that I mean, yeah, that's something that I noticed on my channel too. Like in the beginning, like I would lose a lot of viewers in the first second. So then I kind of like changed my entire intro, and it's really kind
Yeah,
of
you got to
helped.
get their attention
Yeah.
for sure, definitely.
But
So now, what was one of your favorite moments since starting your YouTube channel and filming sneakers? Was it like getting your first subscriber, first 10,000, 20,000? Was it someone reaching
Some
out?
shoe, like some,
Yeah.
like just kind of what's been your favorite part so far since kind of starting this?
favorite, okay. I would say, like, okay, like I'm not like I don't know how this is gonna I don't know how this is gonna sound, but anyways, like basically I was at the gym one day, and I'm literally doing like a bench press,
Right.
right? And this dude walks up to me like in the gym, and he's like, "Bro, I watch all your videos. Like, this is so dope. Like I can't believe you go to my gym and all that." And I was just like,
What?
yo, first of all, I was in the middle of like a bench press, like while this is happening. So I had
Right.
like, like I'm like, yo, hold up, man. Let me put this to the side. And then I was like, I was just like shocked, like someone
Yeah.
actually like noticed me in public, like from my YouTube.
Wow.
So like that was like a big like kind of like shocking kind of moment.
That's
Mhm.
so cool.
And I just felt really grateful, and I've met like a lot of people also like in public since then, like just even when I'm traveling, like if I like whenever I travel to London, I'll usually meet people like at the Nike store or whatever who've watched my channel, who watch my videos, and like that's been like the most amazing thing to me, like actually like seeing the people who are watching my videos,
Yeah.
like
No, that's
and I just feel so grateful for it. Like
right.
I'm
That's
like,
awesome.
thank you, man. Like you actually take time out of your day to watch my videos. Like that's pretty amazing.
No, dude,
That's awesome.
that's a really cool story. So moving back onto more just like shoes in general, is there like a specific collaboration or like a certain shoe brand that you would like to see on a certain shoe model? Like I think like we live in a time right now where there's just so many collabs, like Travis Scott and Jordan.
Yeah.
You've got
The
like,
PS5.
you've got like PlayStation collabs. You've got
Yeah.
teddy bear collabs. You got
What
like
do you guys think of those Travis PlayStation shoes?
dude,
If they come into production, I think it's going to be probably the shoe of 2021.
I just
For
think
sure.
so.
I think
see,
so.
I see. I mean, I just think anything Travis Scott, like you're like Travis Scott in the title, is gonna hold its own thing.
It's got the
Like,
backwards
it's just got its
swoosh.
own weight and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Especially since they like reverse the swoosh. Like you can put any shoe, give a person a colorway. Like, oh, this is Drake's favorite color, so we're gonna make this Drake's colorway. But
Of
like,
course.
whenever you like switch a swoosh and like move it like that or do something different, like you literally change the shoe in some form. Like you can see the Cactus Jack lows back behind you right there. Like it's just
Those are my favorite
dude,
Travis.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
man,
those are
exactly.
super dope. Like
Yeah.
I think doing that is just like that's been something huge for them. But like you see all kinds of like different collabs now, especially on Dunk Lows. Like we've been seeing collabs on Nike Dunk Lows just getting popped out like
Every
cookies
week
right
almost,
now
yeah.
almost. So it's like, but there's so many different collabs going on right now. I think it's pretty cool. Like different stores, like Shoe Palace has collabs on shoes. You've got like brands
Yeah,
having
New
their own
Balance.
collab on their own, like Nike shoes. Kind of
Mhm.
like, is there a shoe you want to see get a collab, like or is there like a brand
There's
you
a
want to see?
person I would like to see get a collab. So
What's that?
like going back to like my interest in like fashion, like
Mhm.
I would love to see like ASAP Rocky like do a
Oh,
collab.
okay. No, that'd be cool.
Mhm.
So he has done like a sneaker before with
On Under Armour. On Under Armour, yeah.
You have you guys seen
I've
those?
seen
Like,
them actually, like the black pair, like the all black, like Under Armour
yeah,
collab.
like
They just
those,
don't look-
like,
they look
honestly,
like
I
DC
didn't like
shoes,
those at
man.
all.
Like,
they look,
yeah,
look
they
like
just
some
look like
big
your-
skater shoes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they literally look like DC shoes because I saw.
Yeah, they look
'cause-
like Osiris. You know,
Yes. Yes, because we
But-
get stuff like that from like sometimes we go to like Ross, Burlington stores like that, and they'll
Yeah.
have shoes like that. And the first time I saw them, like I saw someone post a shoe that they got like from Ross, and it was like ASAP Rocky's Under Armour shoes, and I'm like, I wouldn't even pick that shoe up because it wouldn't
he-
stick out to me.
Oh, really?
Like
Those
it wouldn't
shoes were at
stick out to
Ross?
me. Yeah, no, literally at Ross for like $35. Like it was like a year ago
That's
or something.
funny.
But like I wouldn't pick that shoe up because it just didn't look good. I'd pass that and be like, "There's no way I can flip that shoe. There's just no way. It doesn't look good at all. It's just another Under Armour
No,
shoe."
that's,
But
oh my god, that's so sad, man,
Right?
that the shoe was
Dude.
at Ross.
I know they
But
could have done
I
so
would
much
love to
better.
see him like collab with Nike. You know, like he's such a like for me, he's like
Mhm.
the fashion icon. Like
Yeah.
I feel like he would have like some really good ideas on a shoe.
Definitely.
So
No, that's a good
that
one.
would be like the one guy, you know, I would like to see do a collab.
Yeah, is he your favorite artist aside from maybe Kanye West? I don't know if you've maybe shifted your opinions because Kanye's kind of,
Like artists,
this
I
and
mean,
that,
like the
but-
thing about ASAP Rocky, I always liked him much more for the fashion
For the
than
fashion.
his music.
Mhm.
Like his
Right.
music, his first album was really good, and since then it's kind of been.
I didn't really know
mediocre.
much about ASAP Rocky until I saw him on Ridiculousness. To be 100% honest with you, I watched. Have you heard of Ridiculousness?
No, what is it?
Dude, it's
Oh,
like
it's
some
like
show
a
where they just play like
viral
these funny
video.
clips.
Yeah.
And like he went on there, and I'm like, oh yeah, this dude's like he's pretty funny, he's pretty cool, and he was of course like decked out and all this fashion stuff like that,
Yeah,
like just
yeah.
looking fly for sure. And then like I went and, like started listening to his music, and honestly, I do like him as an artist as well. So like.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I didn't even know him as much for the fashion and stuff like that, but I can see where you're coming from now that I like look back and just kind of remember that.
I
Definitely.
would. I'll tell you what though. I would love. You know what? I'd love to see stop. I'd love to see the Travis collab stop.
Oh, would you? You think they're overplaying it with
I
the
think they are.
McDonald's,
It's
with the
too much, man.
McDonald's
It's-
man,
Yeah.
and the stuff like that?
No, the especially because of the McDonald's thing. Like I'm like, hold up, man. Like, is nobody seeing what's going on? Like, this guy is literally promoting like fast food.
Dude,
You
they
know,
had
like-
the Travis
like-
Scott chicken nugget pillow, 2
like-
foot long chicken nugget pillow. Like, what do you
like,
mean?
he's
That's just a
promoting-
pillow.
He's promoting fast food to children. Like there's a huge obesity problem in America.
Oh, that's
and like
not
one of your biggest icons is out there like, yo, drink this Travis Sprite and drink this fucking
Travis
Yeah, the
Scott
burger.
meal.
Oh,
Get the
yeah,
Travis
yeah,
Scott
yeah.
quarter pounder burger, stuff
Yeah.
like
yeah, eat
that.
this Travis burger with this Travis Sprite. I'm like, nobody sees what's wrong here. Like
Dude.
this needs to stop.
Travis Scott can't get enough of it, dude. It's crazy. Like
Yeah.
they can't. People can't get enough of Travis Scott. Rather, like it's just. And I think
Yeah.
they try and keep his stuff so limited, and it's even gotten to the point to where where he puts out like very small amounts of merchandise, but like the funniest thing is like his website, right? You have to be sitting on it. It opens up for like 15 seconds. You got to buy it, but then bang, oh, let's go. I checked out. And it's like, oh, good. Your order will be coming in 6 months because they got to go. Dude, it's so funny. I'm just like, we like follow some of these sneaker pages on Twitter, and like we're in cook groups and stuff like that. And it's just like, oh yeah, I copped them. I can't wait till 2021 whenever these come in. And I'm just like, that's so funny, man. I couldn't do it.
Have you actually ordered something from the Travis website?
Never.
Like I ordered a couple of t-shirts, and I'm telling you, man, the quality of these t-shirts is worse than like Walmart.
Really?
Like it's like paper thin.
Oh
and like you wash it one time and it's over. Like
that's
you,
crazy.
Like, don't even bother wearing that shirt.
Oh
again.
my god!
I'm surprised
like,
Travis
terrible.
let that go. Yeah.
I don't think he really. I mean, he puts out they put out. It's the thing. He's the one artist that they put out so much stuff that I think it's almost impossible to make it all quality.
Yeah.
Like it can't all be high quality. They're putting out all this stuff, man. It's just like so much.
Like all these companies know that this guy can sell anything. So like they'll sell like garbage, whatever. They put his name on it. Like this is the Travis garbage. People will buy it.
Literally,
it's
dude,
true. It's
so
crazy.
funny.
Crazy times we're living in.
Yeah.
But moving on. So I saw recently that you kind of stepped away and you did something different on your channel. Instead of doing sneakers, you made a video on Bitcoin, which is completely different. Could you explain why you made the video and why do you recommend to buy Bitcoin right now?
Oh wow. Okay.
In brief,
In
you don't
brief.
got to.
Yeah, you don't have to go in depth.
You don't got to make your own.
Okay, I won't. I'm not gonna go in depth because that's you can just watch the video. I go into,
definitely,
like, really in depth there.
Yeah.
But as far as like why I did the video, a couple of reasons. Like a lot of my audience was like asking for it. Like 'cause, like if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see like I post a lot of stuff about like stocks and Bitcoin and just investing
Just
in
like
general.
currency and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So like my audience was asking me for a while to like do a Bitcoin video. And then the second reason is because I just kind of wanted to be honest with people, because a lot of like the number one questions I get on Instagram is, yo, Josh, like I just copped these sneakers. Should I hold or should I sell? You know? And like, and I'll tell people like whatever, like hold it, sell it, it might go down, it might go up, whatever. But like I just felt like I was kind of being fake a little bit, because to be honest, like I'm not holding sneakers right now. Like any sneakers that I had that were in my inventory to resell or hold in the future, I just liquidated that and I put it in Bitcoin, because like I personally think like it's a way better use of money, and the amount that I think it's possibly going to go up by is 10 times more than like any sneaker could possibly do for me. So that's why like I'm not holding any sneakers. Like any like spare cash I have, I'm just putting it in Bitcoin. So I wanted to be honest with my audience and tell them like, listen, this is what I'm actually doing. So
no, that's
I'm not
cool.
holding
That's good.
stuff.
Yeah.
This is what I'm doing.
That's cool. I think it's really cool that you kind of take into account what your audience wants to hear, because like they're who you're putting videos out to, but a lot of times it's easy to like, this is what I want to make a video on,
this is
and
a
like
sneaker
no
YouTube
one's asking
channel.
for it, right? Like no one's asking for it, but this is what I want to do a video on. But they're like, hey man, can you tell us about this or that? And you're like, yeah, you know what? Like if that's what you want to hear, like I'll do that for you. That's kind of cool that you do that.
And also like my audience is like mainly like pretty young, so like probably like between 18 to 25.
Right.
And I feel like in most countries around the world, like financial education is just not a thing. Like they'll teach you, you know, like how to do like how to get like the right angle of like a isosceles triangle or something like that, but they won't teach you like how to do your taxes. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
So true.
Like there's like such important like financial life lessons that set apart like rich people and the poor people that like they don't teach you in school. So like I just wanted to like help like my audience as much as possible with that part of their lives too, you know.
That's
like
awesome.
like how to, you know, set aside a little bit of savings every month, like how to, like if you don't know anything about stocks, like how to invest in the stock market, like if you don't know what to do with your money right now, why you should be putting it in Bitcoin, like just things like that. I just want to like kind of help the younger audience, especially who like don't know much about investing and all that. And I've had like almost like 10 years of investing experience, so I just wanted to help my audience in that way.
Right.
No, that's very cool.
That's awesome.
So jumping back into more of the YouTube, could you kind of explain the thought process or the kind of the work that goes into filming a video for your YouTube, like just kind of how you make it, how you get it done, and how maybe that's changed over time? Because obviously we've talked about your progress that you've made on your channel.
I can like show you, like look, so like right here, like
okay, you got the
that's
ring
like
light.
my lighting,
Ring
my
light.
lighting setup and stuff is like up here.
Nice.
So like I need to, like before I do the video, of course, I'm usually doing sneaker reviews, right? So if I get the shoe, I first like research about the shoe and like have like kind of like a rough idea of what I want to say in my video. And so that maybe takes like not too long, like maybe like half an hour or so. Then like have to like set up my studio or whatever. Unfortunately, I don't have like a studio room. Like I do it like just literally in my like bedroom.
Right.
And so I need to set all that up, film the video, edit and all that. So in total, I would say like from video concept to actually publishing the video on YouTube, it's about like at least like a 4 to 5 hour process. So it's sometimes even longer. Like if it's like a 20-minute video, for example, like it takes much longer to edit. So so it would, so normally like between like 4 to 7 hours, I would say, for an entire video.
Yeah, man,
So
and people don't
actually, like,
see
pretty
all
time
that.
consuming.
People don't see all that extra work that goes in. They're like, oh, 20-minute video, and you're just like, man, what you're seeing is not what it takes,
Nah,
man.
man.
Like, it's not just
not
hit play,
easy. It's
talk,
actually
and then
not
hit
easy at
pause,
all.
and then you upload it. It's
Yeah.
not like direct export, like, oh, I'm just going to record this on YouTube. Once I hit pause, it's live, and you guys are good to check this thing out. Like, nah, man.
No way, man.
There's a lot that goes into it that people don't
Like
see.
there's a lot of YouTubers who do that. They'll just sit in front of the camera. I'm not talking about shoe tubers, just mean like YouTubers
Just in
in general.
general.
Like, they'll just talk in front of the camera and just upload that directly, like without edits or anything, just raw basically.
Right.
Like those won't take much time to
Like
edit. But,
vlogs and
of course,
stuff like that.
I
Like
try to
just-
take like B-roll of the
Yeah.
shoes. I do like an on feet. Like sometimes I do outfits. So
Right.
like it takes a while to do the editing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, I'm sure your viewers also appreciate that as well.
Definitely. I mean, you can tell
Yeah,
just the
I
more your
hope
channel
so.
grows. Yeah, the more your channel grows, the more you can kind of tell. So it's always nice to get that positive feedback.
Yeah, I hope so.
It's all for naught.
So now knowing that you're a data analyst in your full-time job, where do you see your sneakers or the sneaker culture in general in the next 5 years?
What do you mean? Like
like
in terms
where
of,
do you
like,
see it trending? Like so,
do you
like
see
right
it,
now.
like do you see a pattern? Is it going to be more collabs? Is it going to bust? Is the resale market just going to trash? Bitcoin's going to go crazy? Like
the resale market is gonna go down. I think
You
so.
think?
So I made a video back in April where I talked about how COVID and the whole pandemic thing. I talked about how that is gonna very negatively affect sneaker prices throughout the rest of the year. And I talked about specifically, and I showed like charts, like, look, this is how many people lost their jobs. This is how many countries people can't even go outside. So this is going to obviously negatively affect sneaker prices. And that's kind of what's happened. So
Right.
this year, like, it has made pretty much no sense to like hold on to shoes because prices have just started to come down for most hype releases.
Right.
And I think it's kind of like now the way the resale market is, it's like everyone is a reseller, man. Like everyone, like anyone I meet, like they might not even wear shoes, but like they resell sneakers. So basically, like what I see happening right now and also going forward is like sneakers are gonna have like on release date, they're gonna have like a pretty high resale price, and then they're just gonna progressively kind of go down after that. There's gonna be a few that will continue to go up. So those are like the unexpected ones, like Jordan 1 lows, Jordan 1 mids, like these sneakers, like who are sneakers in the past that like had no hype, right? Like Jordan 1 mids and lows. But
Right.
if you look at this year in 2020, those are pretty much the only sneakers that are going up in price as time goes on,
Right.
whereas everything else is going down. So
No,
it's kind of like people's preferences have changed. Like in the past, like Jordan 1 mids, like people used to just make fun of those. Like, why would you wear mids like when there's highs, right? But now it seems like people just don't care if it's a mid or a low. If the colorway is good, they're gonna wear it.
Right.
Exactly.
So-
And I think you've been able to really kind of tell that, especially like we haven't been doing this for too long. We've been kind of like selling shoes and doing our own like stuff for about 2 years now. And just even in these last 2 years, we've seen like a massive dip in what you used to be able to get Yeezys and sell them for. But now they're really
Yeah, of
just
course.
not like, it's just not that, oh man, I got this Yeezy, I'm gonna be able to sell it for 50 to 100 to 150 bucks. It's like, yo, I'm trying to pop this out as quick as possible, make 20 bucks
Yeah.
and then move on. Like,
Yeah.
and
That's what it's become. It's become
crazy.
like everything's become like a quick flip kind of thing. You have to
Right.
sell it in the first week, or you're just kind of you're gonna be stuck with it basically.
Right.
exactly.
So-
No, definitely.
So I mean, so I've noticed people's preferences changed in terms of like preferences for Jordan 1 mids, and also like I personally see like New Balance being like the next big wave in terms of the hype sneakers. Like they've already like this year, New Balances has been really hype.
Oh
But
yeah.
I think that's
Right.
going to continue on to next year. Like you're going to see them have like some crazy collabs, I think.
I hope
No,
so.
they've done some cool stuff, and I think that they're really starting to. You're really starting to see, I think, both New Balance and to an extent Puma. Just for me, just
Puma,
like
too.
being involved in sports and stuff like that, you finally start to see them get their foot in the door with some of these major athletes. Like they signed 5. I don't know if you follow the NBA closely, but I do, and like they signed 5 or 6 of like some really high class upcoming prospects who are going to be in the
Puma?
league for a long time. Yeah, Puma. They signed Michael Porter Jr. They signed like some of these
nice.
guys who are going to be like around, and all it takes is that Michael Jordan, that LeBron James, that Kobe Bryant to put your brand on the map. And then it's
Yeah,
just
I know.
because people forget that like Converse used to be the biggest shoe in basketball. Like Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, like these guys wore Converse, and you won't
And
see
then Jordan
see
came.
Converse right now,
Right.
man. Like there's like 1 or 2 guys in the league wearing Converse right now. Like it shifts. Like it maybe Nike has been like holding it for a long time, and Adidas they've been holding it, and Jordan, but like
Yeah.
it does shift. Like it's over
But-
time, it's gonna shift.
I think New Balance is going to be that next wave. Like they signed Kawhi, right?
Exactly,
Like last year.
Kawhi
Exactly.
Leonard,
Yep.
and he's had a ton of stuff come out.
Yeah, and his that New Balance Kawhi shoe is actually really nice. Like
Yes.
I think they're called the Omnis.
Omni one,
Omni
yep,
ones.
yep.
Yeah, those are dope too.
And he had a collab
I
with
think
Jolly
they're
Rancher.
gonna
Did you see that?
What, sorry?
The collab with Jolly Rancher that he just had, like all these different Jolly
Oh yeah,
Rancher
yeah,
collabs.
yeah,
just
yeah. No,
came
that
out.
was fire, man.
Right? I love
I
stuff
could never
like that.
picture Kawhi eating Jolly Ranchers though. Like I feel
That's
like
so
He's
good.
probably
someone
had
forced him
one.
to do that.
He's probably had one in his life.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever had a Jolly.
Right? It's so funny though. But I love like the 327 model is kind of popping right now, and they've done like
992s.
For me, like the 327 for me is like the best new sneaker silhouette of 2020.
yes, dude.
Like I don't know if you noticed, like maybe where you guys live. You guys live in New York, right?
We're
Nah,
in Florida.
Florida.
We're in Florida.
Florida.
Yep.
Oh, you're in Florida. Okay,
Yep.
yeah. Like man, like over here at least in Berlin, like 327, like everyone's wearing them, man. Like it's become like the shoe that's like it's affordable. It looks super dope.
Yes.
And so many nice colorways too. You know?
No,
Like,
yeah,
I think
they
it's
had,
just like
I
it's a
love,
perfect shoe.
yeah, I love like they had like a Calabasas colorway and Casablanca colorways that
Casablanca,
dropped
yeah, yeah.
that were super, super nice. Like the
Yeah,
orange ones and the
such a
green,
good
dude,
shoe.
those were so clean. And like the 997, I have a few pairs of those just because they're so comfortable. Like I love the 997 New Balance
that's the other
model.
thing about New Balance. Like they look really good and like quality is amazing, like compared to a Nike, for example.
Yeah.
And the comfort, man. It's just to me, it's like one of the best sneaker brands. out
Exactly.
there.
They did a good job because New Balance, I don't know about where you guys are at, but like New Balance is like the old person's shoe. Like this is what you
Yeah,
get
yeah, I
if your
know.
feet, like if you want to be comfortable. But like they did a good job of keeping that comfort, changing up their model, tweaking it, and kind of making it appeal to a more like fashionable
Younger
sense.
generation,
Yeah,
yeah.
to the younger generation.
Yeah.
Which is tough to do because once you get labeled as like the older generations type of
Yeah, of
something,
course.
it's tough to get out of that. But signing Kawhi Leonard and trying to really promote some of these more popular figures is a good marketing move for
Yeah, I
sure.
agree.
No, their marketing team, they've been killing it in
They're doing
2020.
great. 100%.
Yeah.
But so you mentioned in some of your videos that you only have a rotation of like 50 pairs, and like
Yeah.
why specifically did you kind of choose that number? Like, is there a reason you decided to cap it at 50, or is it kind of loose there, like 45 to 55, but why in that ballpark do you keep it there?
It's yeah, so it's not like exactly 50, so it can vary. It could go up to 55, for example. And the main reason is because like I don't want to like hoard sneakers, for one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly is because like it's helped me like kind of not care so much about paying resale for a shoe. Like if there's a shoe I really want, I'll just go out and get it because I know that if I'm gonna add it to my collection, I'm gonna have to sell something in my collection to make
Sure.
room for it.
Yep.
So that's why I have that rule. Like I'm not gonna have more than 50 shoes because if I want to add a new shoe to my personal collection now, I need to get rid of something so that kind of pays for this one.
Right.
So like that way, like I'm not like spending too much money. Like I recently just got these like the Union fives back there.
Yeah.
Union 5's nice.
And I paid resale, so I paid resale for them, and I really really wanted that pair. So and I ended up selling the Maison Chateau Rouge like Jordan 1 mids that came out last year.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys know that pair, but I sold that one, and basically I ended up only having to pay like an extra $100 to get this.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah, that's
like to me, I'm like, wow, I got a pair of Unions for just an extra 100, so it wasn't a big
No.
deal.
yeah, that's awesome.
No, and that's smart because like it's so funny. So I would have to consider myself a sneaker hoarder. I had
I was gonna
it.
say,
There was a time. There was a time that my collection was around like 150, and it was like, and at that point, like you do sit there and you realize like I could wear a different pair of shoes for the next 3-4 months. I wouldn't have to wear the same pair over again. But the thing is, like, I could probably make it 3 weeks, and then I'm gonna start wearing shoes that I really just don't like that much. I just have them. Like I don't really want to wear them. You know, it's just a shoe that I got a year ago and
Yeah.
I kept it. So I started to do the whole, you know, I'm gonna sell these 4 shoes so I can buy this one shoe I like. Or I would have like, you know, I've got 4 pairs of these, you know, Air Jordans or these Nike Zoom Flies. I'm just gonna keep my favorite color of them, and I'm gonna sell those, and I'm gonna sell the other ones, something like that.
That's a great rule to have, man. Like I have something very similar. Like I'll usually try to keep like one colorway of like a shoe I like. Like for
Yep.
example, like you can see those 700 V3s back there. Like I
Right.
have the original, and I didn't feel like I need any other colorway after that. Like I love that shoe, but like I don't feel like I need every single colorway, right?
Right.
Like one is
Uh,
fine.
yeah.
That's the
So-
way to do it. Yeah, it's just so, I'm not gonna lie, dude. The tears were shed whenever I'm looking at the shoe because it comes down to like there are like I see this colorway and I have, or maybe I have 2. I'm down to like 2 of them. I'm like, oh, I said I was gonna keep one. I got to get rid of one of these, and I'm like, I don't know which one to get which
Yeah,
one
no,
to
it's
get
tough.
rid of, man.
Bro, like reducing a sneaker collection is so tough.
You
Like,
just got to
which
do
one
it.
do
You got to
sell?
sever ties. Like I would get to
Yeah.
the point to where I would list that shoe and I would take it out of my sneaker rotation and just go put it on a different shelf. Like this isn't my shoe anymore. Like, this is someone else's future shoe. I do not own this shoe anymore.
It doesn't count. It's on that shelf.
Dude, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I literally like I was living with him last year, and like I had my shoe collection in my room, and
Yeah,
I
you
put a
did.
shoe rack out in the middle of the hallway, and I kept my shoes there that I was selling. I'm like, those aren't mine. I can't wear those shoes anymore. Like, so it's
Hey,
kind of funny,
whatever,
man.
Whatever works, man.
Whatever
Yeah.
works, I'm telling you, bro. But so we're kind of getting towards the end here. But we do ask all of our guests this question: what is your all-time grail, like your favorite shoe, and do you currently own it?
And do I currently own it?
Yeah, do you
Yeah.
currently, like, what is your favorite shoe of all time, pretty much? And like, do you own it right now, or is it something you're still working towards, or something you'll never achieve? You don't think? What do you think about that?
Man, okay, so there's like 2. One of them I don't think I'm gonna achieve. So it's the shoe that kind of got me into sneakers. So the Air Yeezy 2.
Right. Yeah.
Like I would love to own that.
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, my brother sold his pair. Like I never got to wear it. So and like I just had to look at resale prices like last week. It was like $13,000 for my size.
So just a year's
So-
rent.
Yeah, exactly. So that one just seems way out of reach. Maybe I'll end up getting like a used pair at some point.
Right.
Mhm.
So that would be like my all-time grail that I wish I had. Another grail of mine. This one is I hope to get eventually. It's like the New Balance Aimé Leon d'Or 990s, the
Okay.
V2.
Mhm.
So it came out last year, and I love that colorway. But the resale prices, once again, it's like almost 2,000 for like a brand new pair. So
Right.
Right.
hopefully either the prices come down or I get a used pair.
Yeah.
Right. And just
That's the
real
move.
quick, you've talked a lot about New Balance. We have interviewed a bunch of people on here. Are you kind of partial to one brand, or do you kind of look at them all equally? Or like, because we've had people on here like, I don't buy any Adidas. I won't mess with Adidas at all. Or I only buy Adidas. I don't mess with Jordan and Nike. Just kind of where do you fall in there? Because you've got different brands in your collection. So where do you land there?
No, for me, I'm attracted to innovation, right? Like,
Okay.
like the reason why I don't like mess with, for example, Jordan so much anymore is because like, what is that brand doing, man? Like, it's just every week it's another Jordan 1 colorway.
Right.
They're not dropping any new silhouettes. It's the same old stuff all the time.
Right.
Pretty much, there's only 2 companies right now that is innovating. Yeezy is innovating. Like, we're getting new silhouettes all the time. Like this year, we got the V3 700s, we got the Quantums, we
Yep.
got the
The foam
slide
runners. The foam runners.
Even the slides.
The, yes.
yeah.
Like
yeah,
Yeezy
yeah.
comes out with new silhouettes every year, like new stuff all the time. New Balance too, like New Balance, like crazy collabs this year, and like all kinds of new silhouettes. Like they brought back the 992, they came out with the 327.
Mhm.
So I'm just attracted to like new stuff,
Right.
like something that's different. So I don't want to just see like another colorway of the same shoe, right?
Right.
So I'm not partial to any brand in particular. I'm just attracted to like companies that are trying to be innovative, basically.
Cool.
That's smart.
I like that.
Oh, I actually like this pair I just copped. Oh shit, where is it? My box is empty, but I just got the Vapor waffles today. The
Oh,
Sakai
did you? The
Vapor
ones that are
waffles.
dropping? Yeah, they drop
black
in. They
pair.
dropped this week for us in the U.S.
Yeah. They're I think they're dropping this week in the States. I that pair just came in today, and that is like the most
It's
innovative
crazy.
sneaker
Yeah.
I've seen like all year.
Dude.
And, like that's why I needed that. Like
Yeah.
that's something so
Yeah,
different. So
yeah. We
futuristic.
do videos on like upcoming releases. We're actually about to film one after we get off here, and I kind of talk about that shoe since it's coming up. But my favorite one that the Sakai, right? You're talking about the Sakai Vapor
Yeah.
waffles,
Sakai.
and I love the LD one, the LD Vapor or the LD waffle, the black and white ones that came out last year. Man, I
Yeah.
really wish I would have jumped because every single time I looked at that shoe, I'm just like the watermelon ones came out, you know, the all white ones
Yeah.
came out, the all black, but the black and white pair, I looked at those and I'm like, man, I would kill for those shoes, man. Like I don't know why,
They're
I just
so
like
crazy.
that shoe. It's just different.
Yeah.
It's
The
got
double-
like the 5 layers on the back with
Yeah,
it. It's
the
just kind
double-
of it's so
yeah.
different, man.
Yeah, I got the black one too, so I was happy to get the black one. It's a little bit more wearable.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Um,
saying.
Yeah, like man, like it's a little bit tough to wear that shoe. Like,
I
should I?
bet.
You want me to go get it?
Yeah,
like,
if you
Yeah,
want.
you can snag it. Yeah, for sure.
Hold on, give me a second.
Yeah, that's cool.
Of course. Look at the Supreme.
She's
lawn
got the
chair.
Supreme chair. Dang.
He's got the watermelon right there.
Yeah, he does. No, those aren't the watermelons. Those ones aren't watermelons.
Oh no, those are the OG ones, right? There they are.
Yeah. Oh, good. We could see these in hand before the release, even.
Yeah,
up
man.
here.
There you go.
Those are tough, bro. Those are super tough. I love that, man.
Look-
They even
look
got
at the back of them,
yeah.
man.
This
Like,
I was gonna
it's-
say the lifted in the back like that. We actually got on the sneakers app. I did get the Sakai Blazers in the black and white color. So I don't know if you remember
Oh,
those ones that
nice,
dropped. I
nice,
did get
nice.
those and flip those, and those were pretty. Those were sweet in hand. Honestly, they were way cooler than I expected them to be. So
Those
were
are
pretty
nuts,
nice.
These
man.
are actually humongous. Like these are huge.
Oh,
Like
really?
if you compare them with the original Sakai pairs,
Oh,
like
really?
like it's like this one and that one, they're both like a size 11. But if you put them side by side, like this one looks like a size 15. Like so big.
Just because it just
Yeah,
has so
'cause
much
it's
more
on the
going on.
back.
Well, because
Yeah.
your foot's gonna stop about 2 inches before the shoe's
Yeah.
even
Have you?
finished.
How's it work with walking in that? Has it trip you up with the huge heel?
No, it doesn't. Like
Okay.
it's. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like the most comfortable shoe. Like there's not much like cushioning in it.
Right.
But like it just looks really big on feet. So like you gotta wear like you gotta wear some like baggy pants. If you're wearing like if you're wearing like like skinny
Some tight-
stuff or
yeah.
like tapered pants,
Right.
like you're just gonna look like a clown.
That's so funny. That's all. That's good to know. That's honestly that's good to know beforehand. Anyways.
Yeah. We'll have to put it in your
These
show
are dope,
notes.
man.
That's awesome. So, we talked about sneakers. We talked about YouTube. We got 2 more questions left. One
No,
of
this
the
is
most
actually gonna be our
important
last
ones.
one. This is gonna be our last one right here.
No, we got 2 more.
Oh, you got one more. Okay.
What do you do in your free time away from YouTube and sneakers? And obviously your job.
I used to like. I mean, traveling is like my favorite thing to do. To be
Right.
honest, unfortunately this year,
Mhm.
I traveled for a little bit. I went to Spain in the summer, but like I love traveling, and like I've traveled to like almost 40 countries so far,
Wow.
and that's something I really wish I could do. I had plans to go to Japan this year, but that didn't happen. But other than that, I just recently got a dog.
Oh,
So,
congratulations.
yeah,
Yes.
man, thanks, man. I just got a puppy like a couple of weeks ago, so
They're the
lose
best,
sleep.
man.
Up,
We
like-
got 2 at our feet right now. I got 2 of my dogs
Oh,
right
right?
here underneath us at our feet right now.
yeah,
Yep.
I actually learning how to do YouTube videos while you have a puppy like chewing at your feet is
Yep.
like a whole different.
I'm
like,
petting mine with my right foot right now, man. They're just always around. They
Yeah,
stick
dude.
right with you. Don't worry about that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's and like also being a shoe tuber and having a puppy that likes to do nothing else but eat shoes is pretty tough.
Yeah, and you got
That's
some
what
new
that's
shoes
where the
coming in.
shelves come in handy. There's
Yeah.
no more kicking your
Yeah.
shoes off right after you get home. It's kicking them off and putting them up. That's
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
got to do.
Yeah, so I
That's-
mean, right now, like I guess just taking care of the puppy like takes up a lot of my time.
Yeah.
Right. No,
yeah, they're a
definitely.
handful. But all right, here's our final question of the podcast: is if you could choose, who should we have on next?
Oh,
And that can just be anyone that you want to hear from, or anyone that's kind of helped you on your way, or just anything like that. Just people that you like, anything along those lines.
So like last year in Berlin, there was a sneaker con. So like all these sneaker YouTubers showed up there, like some pretty big ones. And I talked to all of them. And there was one out of all the ones I spoke to, there was one guy in particular. I think his channel is called Sneaker Life. And his name's Mike. I think his Instagram is Mike the Compass.
Okay.
It's a pretty big channel. I think he has like 500,000.
I think I've tried to reach out to him. I don't think he's gotten back to me yet because of he's just swamped with DMs probably. But
yeah, probably. But like I mean, like I met all these sneaker YouTubers, and that was the one guy. Like he was the most like down to earth, like such a like cool guy. Like we talked for like an hour just about random stuff.
That's awesome.
So like I would like to see him like he has a lot of good ideas, like not just about sneakers. Like
cool.
I think he's a good guy to just talk to and have on the show.
Hopefully we can have him on.
Awesome, man. Well, that's actually going to wrap it up for this episode. And if you like this episode, please feel free to show your support by liking, following, and subscribing to whichever platform that you're listening to. And a special thanks again to JD for coming on the show, our show. And thank you to the listeners and viewers for tuning in. And we will see you guys next episode. Peace.